Good morning. For Traders Exclusive, this is George Kachuk with RCM Wealth Advisors, reporting to you from the CME Group trading floor in Chicago. Happy Columbus Day. You may hear it's really quiet down on the floor this morning as bond pits and banks are closed. However, equity markets are open and the equity uptrend continues. So what I'd like to do is talk this morning about which groups are doing best, give you some names in those groups, and also about the general indexes. So basically the NASDAQ's the strongest index, right above all its moving averages. The S&P 500 is struggling a little bit under its 50-day moving average, but just basically digesting gains over the last few weeks. Now, one of the big indices that's moving up is the Dow Transports. The Dow Transports has been a laggard for, let's say, last year and a half, but recently now it's starting to move into its own new highs, so that's really good for the market. Now, recently what we have, you can look at the XLK, the technology S&P sector, and that's where most of the strength has been, technology and small caps. And now what we see is energy. Look at the XLE, it's starting to do very well. Now, whether you believe the Saudis will cut productions or Russia cut production, it doesn't really matter, because if you look at the individual stocks in those sectors, specifically the explorers in the U.S., they're doing very well. And we'll give you some names right away. Also, financials are starting to move. Now, financials used to move only when the market was sure the Fed would raise rates, then there was a bad macro data point, the market would pull back, and then the financial stocks would pull back. So what we're seeing now is financial stocks continue to do much better. So now let's look at a few names. So if you look at the energy sector, the drillers that are specifically drilling in West Texas and the Permian Basin, we have stocks like Callon Petroleum, that symbol CPE, moving to new highs. We have Parsley Energy, symbol PE, also moving into new highs. We have Resolute Energy, REN, doing the same thing. And also we have Pioneer Resources, symbol PXD, also breaking out this morning. So all those plays, if you consult your financial advisors, trade might be for you. But again, it's not a buy recommendation. These are just names to take a look at. Similarly, if we look at the financial sector, we can start looking at banks in various regions. We have the super regional banks, banks like SunTrust International, symbol STI, breaking out. Great Western Bancorp, the symbol is GWB. We have SVB Bank, that symbol is SIVB, that's also breaking out. Now, if we look across different regions around the U.S., for instance, if we look at the Southeast, we have Ameris Bancorp, the symbol is ABCB, also moving out, as we do have Iberia Bank, that symbol is IBKC. Now, also, if we look at other regional banks in the Southwest region, we can look at Western Alliance, that symbol is WAL, that's also moving into new highs. And also, we can look at First Republic Bank, that symbol is FRC. Now, if we look at some of the transports, I'm not quite sure they're a leading sector, but they're a participating sector, and they are one of the sectors that's moving up recently. So you can look at names that UNP, that's a rail stock, as is CSX, another rail stock, or even FedEx, the delivery company, that's starting to do very well. It's near its highs, hit a new high, just kind of pulled back the last few days. Or even companies that are involved in manufacturing parts for these rails, a company like Wabtec, that symbol is WAB. Okay, so that's a lot of different names and a lot of different sectors, but the point is that we have full participation by the home market, and it's very important when we see the financials and transport participating. Technology stocks continue to just continue to move higher, and we still see that in the fiber optic space. Stocks like Lumentum, symbol LITE, in the retail internet, whether you consider that a more consumer discretionary or a technology stock, but you see that with Amazon, Alibaba, pretty much firing all cylinders, leading this market higher. So not until I see a breakdown in all these sectors mentioned or all these individual stocks, the probability is that we continue to go higher. So, as always though, let price and volume be your guide. Have a great trading week. Have a great Columbus Day. This is George Kachuk for RCM Wealth Advisors, reporting to you from the CME Group trading floor in Chicago.